the fastest way to get good at copywriting? I got a question from one of my subscribers, and normally I wait until Mondays. I have Mailbox Monday. It's the weekly episode where I focus on answering your questions, but I like the question and I decided to answer it today. So the question came from Kevin, says, how can I improve as a copywriter? I'm writing for myself, not clients. How can I improve as a copywriter? I'm writing for myself, not clients. And I will say that being in your own business, you actually have a great opportunity to improve as a copywriter and follow the advice that I'm going to give you today. So let's dive into it.
These are the proven direct response marketing, copywriting, and entrepreneurship success strategies you can use today to write your own ticket and create the life you want. I am Roy Furr, and this is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Now, here's today's breakthrough.
Okay, so you want to get good at copywriting fast. Well, number one, it is important to learn from people like me, to learn, what works in copywriting in different markets, to study copywriting resources. For example, like my BTMS Insiders training library, which is like Netflix for copywriting and marketing training, where you get access to everything for one low monthly fee. You get streaming access to watch as much as you'd like. And I'll include a link in the description if you want to check that out. But that's like just the beginning, right? It's just the beginning to learn how other people do copywriting, because you don't really internalize the skill until you actually do it. And so learn from people like me, but then learn by doing. Learn from people like me, but then learn by doing. And really the secret to getting good at copywriting that gets results is to do copywriting that will get you results, get you feedback from the market as fast as possible. And so really, like, what it comes down to is writing. You get good at writing by writing. You get good at copywriting by doing copywriting and putting out a lot of copy. And my recommendation for this is to do a lot of short copy at the top of your funnel. And so this could be, actually these YouTube videos are a great example. It could be, Facebook ads. It could be blog posts. It could be other content designed to get traffic. It is important to have a decent conversion system on the back end of that. So you have to be sending people, like, they engage with the copy, you give them a call to action, they go to an offer that you have out in the marketplace and they respond to it, right? And so it is important to actually be able to monetize this, right? To actually make money with it. But the way that you're going to get better at copy faster is by testing a lot of short copy at the top of the funnel, testing a lot of copy where you can test the most traffic. One good example of this that I did very early on was those Google ads, like Google search ads. And there's an opportunity there to just test a ton of content. And that was early in the internet advertising timeline. And since then, so many other opportunities like that, like Facebook ads, you can test a lot of different content, a lot of different copy in frankly, lots of different places. You can test a lot of copy. The trick is, the more traffic you have, the faster you're going to get results that are actually reflective of what the market responds to. If you test this thing versus this thing, you say, oh, that thing worked better. Why do I think that it worked better? Why did people respond more? And come up with a hunch, come up with a hypothesis, and then you can write new copy based on that hypothesis and see, oh, that works. And so you're testing, you're seeing what works best, you try to repeat what works best, you test new things, and you are learning through experience. And so the fastest way to get good at copywriting is to test a lot of copy fast, which tends to be short copy, and it tends to be, just enough to get somebody to take that next response or to take that next action, because then you can measure initial response and you can test a lot of different things and you can get a good sense. And so that's why, like, for example, at various times I've talked about, if you want to get started in financial copywriting, maybe doing the long sales letters is not the best thing. Or if you want to get started in any of the big markets that use long sales letters, that may be a place that you want to go in terms of your copywriting skills and abilities. I recommend people get started through writing shorter copy, because that shorter copy allows you to get a lot more into the market and get a response from the market on it and see what actually is generating the response. And the other thing worth noting is that this is also very valuable even if you're just going into a new market. So if you go from writing about finance to health, or some big leap, and you don't necessarily know what the health consumers are interested in, well, writing a bunch of short copy early on to really get a sense of what people respond to could be really valuable to you. And so as you're moving between markets, it can be really helpful. But again, like going back to the initial, the subscriber who asked the question, writing for his own business, like the reason that you that you are in such a good position for this is that in your own business, you really do have a way to kind of create your own destiny, and to say like, hey, I just want to test a little bit here and a little bit here and a little bit here, and I want to rapidly iterate. I want to rapidly try things. And a lot of times when you're writing about your own products and services, it can actually come out faster, and you're not as reliant on like, oh, is this worth the project fee for the client, and et cetera. And so you want to get good at copywriting fast. Write a lot of stuff that's on the edges where you can expose it to the biggest market and see what's getting the most response at the edge. And then what's going to happen is the more traffic you can get taking one step closer to your offer, then you have more traffic at that level to test, and then more traffic at that level and more traffic at that level. And you just grow and grow based on that. And, if you're able to get twice as much traffic for the same advertising spend at the very edges, suddenly it changes everything. It makes everything that you do after that twice as profitable. And so, again, focusing where you have the most traffic and where it can make the biggest difference in terms of the sheer number of people coming towards you, that is where, number one, it's easiest to test. But number two, that's going to have a big impact on your business. And one more thing worth noting is, in your own business, you don't necessarily have a copy chief or a copy team or a supervisor who's able to like look at your copy and give you direct feedback on it or anything like that. And so it can be very valuable to invest in coaching, in copy reviews, and honestly, like even very experienced direct marketers and copywriters, people who I look up to in a big way, have hired me to do copy reviews for them. And I've worked with folks to do copy coaching for them on an extended basis, where, we go deep on what they're doing in their business and how they can improve their copywriting and the results that they're getting. And so it's worth considering if there's an opportunity like that for you, or if that is something that makes sense for you right now. Like if you want to get good at copywriting, it might be really helpful to invest in some coaching or invest in copy reviews where you can get that kind of direct feedback on what you're doing that is really hard to replicate in any kind of training program, and that you won't necessarily get from the market. Sometimes what I'll see happen is like I'll do a copy review for somebody once and it forever changes the way that they approach copywriting. And that really is the power of being able to get direct feedback on your work. So check out the links in the description if you're interested in going deeper with me. And my name is Roy Furr. This has been your daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.